Yes, congratulations to a new unified middleweight champion of the world, Tamm Thibeault, beating Robinson in unanimous decision. Great work, great combination, and of course in the post-fight interview, class personified. Tamm Thibeault, unified champion, captured the IBF, WBO, and the fastest to capture the Ring Magazine lineal champion in the history of the sport of boxing with 5 fights. She's now 5-0, still undefeated, and of course in the middleweight division where you have Claressa Shields that's going to be fighting Kaye Scott this weekend. Oh yeah. Now the conversation is Tamm versus Claressa Shields. But just to remind y'all folks, Claressa Shields is banned from MVP. Tamm is with MVP. Y'all already know MVP. Shout out to Nakisa. Shout out to Jake Paul. Shout out to all the ladies that's been empowering the sport of boxing. Those gentlemen that has empowering and enhanced the sport of boxing. Shout out to ESPN, MVP, Netflix, all of y'all, man. Y'all have done a wonderful job for women boxing. And of course, Amanda Serrano, they're going to be performing August 21st. She set the tone for this generation of women. And shout out to Christy Martin, the pioneer, the legend that was showing so much love to MVP, and MVP was showing much love to the pioneers. You know, people that show love to pioneers, unlike Claressa Shields, who disrespect the pioneers, like she be dissing Layla Ali and Christy Martin and things of that nature. Again, now we in the middleweight division, right? And of course, people are going to be talking about Tamm versus Claressa Shields. It's funny that Claressa Shields, a.k.a. Shanae Shields, Foofy want to throw shades at Tamm, right? Want to rain on her parade by going back and forth in a tweet, by answering a tweet from Sean Zittle, right? He said, Tamm Thibeault will be the best opponent and biggest threat Claressa Shields has had since Savannah Marshall, possibly ever. Claressa Shields respond, she would not be a threat to me. Don't let my real experience go over your head, right? Trying to throw shades at Tamm experience. Tamm is a good fighter, but she is green. Green meaning, for those that doesn't know, green is like, you know, inexperienced, basically not ready, still a rookie. But she is green compared to me. If y'all want her to have a 1 on her record, I'll gladly do it, meaning a L. What is Kaye Scott? If Tamm is inexperienced for you, imagine Kaye Scott, 42 years old. And why you gonna throw shades at Tamm? I mean, Tamm is 5-0 with 3 knockouts. How many knockouts you got in your entire career, Shanae Shields? 3 knockouts in over 10 years? Inexperienced. You inexperienced at knocking people out. 5-1, had a draw. Not even overly pound for pound ranking in the top 600 and thousands by BoxRec because she doesn't have enough professional experience. As a matter of fact, even in BoxRec in the middleweight division, Tamm is number 1 and she's number 7 on BoxRec. So talking about experience, how are you going to promote this fight? If Tamm is experienced and green compared to you, why are you fighting Kaye Scott? See, have you noticed that the lead up to this fight? Well, nobody really cares about this fight, really. Nobody cares. Nobody knows too much about Kaye Scott. No disrespect, but it is what it is. You started your professional career at the age of 39 and stuff like that. And your amateur in your amateur career, you have lost half of your fights, and in the professional is really non-existent, right? Just a political belt move and stuff like that. Capture vacant titles, a vacant title that was there laying down for like a year and stuff like that. But if you dissing Tamm about being inexperienced, what about your opponent this coming Saturday, in which you're going to be performing in the Baddies event? Shout out to Zeus. The real main event we all know is Big Lex versus Taseki and Orlando Brown versus Ray J, where they just put the promo out there. And that's what I mean. First and foremost, I know why you're trying to downplay Tamm, right? Because she's with MVP. You're banned from MVP. So the reality of them fighting, you will have to apologize, do something big for Nakisa and Jake Paul to let you in the circle. Matter of fact, to let you in women boxing, because MVP is women boxing. They signed 90% of the females supposed for MVP. We don't know what women boxing will be at. But the only thing you can say about Kaye Scott, if you notice the interviews or whatever, the little bit that she says about Kaye Scott or anybody is she's strong. wow, she's one of the strongest women I've seen. I've seen her lift this much. Nobody ever talk about. Have y'all heard anybody say, "Yo, Kaye Scott got a good jab. Kaye Scott got a good right cross. Kaye Scott got a good left hook. Kaye Scott got a good movement in the ring. Kaye Scott got good pedigree, good defense, good footwork, good left hook, good uppercut." You notice that nobody cares or nobody predicts or nobody breaks down or analyze the skill set of Kaye Scott. You know why? Because nobody really cares, and we all know that she's not even fit to be in a ring with a Claressa Shields, right? And credit to Claressa Shields, she's probably ahead of her time, you know what I'm saying? In the respective division that she won a campaign in. If she was fighting in 147-pound division, 154 at least, where now it's getting, you know what I'm saying, the girls that moved up, you know what I'm saying? If you would have fought at 147, 140, 135, it would be a whole different type of story. It would have been highly competitive. And I'm trying to throw shades at the girls at middleweight, super middleweight, and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, there's not enough up there. That's why we always wanted to see the Shadeja Green fight. You downplay that. Yes, Lanny Daniels winning stuff like that. But at the end of the day, you lost one of the biggest fights. You fumbled the bag because you wanted to chase after a married man, right? So I don't know if that fight is gonna come to fruition. You can't mandate that fight with Tamm because she's a champion. A champion can't mandate a champion. She's with MVP. She got a lot going for herself. It got to the point where you're going to need MVP more than MVP needs you. So how you gonna analyze Kaye Scott? This ain't a powerlifting contest. This is not the the bartenders and you know what I'm saying, the bar calisthenics. You know, this ain't the bodybuilder, the powerlifting contest. Talk about Kaye Scott's skills. No, you know why? Because there's having enough experience. So you're just actually shooting yourself in the foot, and you're trying to say that in one of your tweets that this is like Drago versus Apollo. You're trying to give that illusion that Kaye Scott is just strong. No. Kaye Scott, she's not fit to fight a girl with a pedigree like yours, to be honest. And everybody else knows that. That's why nobody in boxing really is talking about the matchup or analyzing the matchup. They just talk about you and you being with a married man. That's what's keeping you relevant right now, Claressa Shields. And I like something that Claressa Shields should learn from a Tamm Thibeault is the way that she explained how being in the position could have inspired many women and little girls and even boys around the world.
I hope that I can continue to inspire people, to inspire young women. I am very aware of the impact that I can have on, little girls or little boys. And that's why I carry myself the way that I do, because I want to make people proud. And I want people to see boxing as, something that they could get into and something that's, attainable.
Class personified. When asked about Claressa Shields, Tamm said, "What's next for me is to go home, be with my animals, be with my other half. I think I'm going to get some rest. I'm going to evaluate and see what's next for me." She ain't even had to call her out, Claressa Shields out or anything of that nature because of again, Claressa Shields is banned from MVP, which banned from ESPN or possible Netflix. Anybody that MVP is in partnership with. So you want to go to 160? What? So tell me, you're talking about inexperience. So what? You said that you will fight Michaela Mayer at 160. Well, Michaela Mayer at 160 has no experience. But you say you won't fight below 160. I mean, Lauren Price in the professional level has no experience in 160-pound division. So the girl that's number one, Tamm, in the middleweight division, that's your best opponent. But you can't because your attitude and your character screw everything up when you assaulted Alicia Baumgartner, when you try to bully Alicia Baumgartner. But we don't respect bullies. Bullies are not respected. Just like you try to bully Miss by threatening Miss Shanika. But you didn't try to press that same attitude or that energy towards Cam Newton. That's when you know that this chick is a bully and not good for women boxing. You know what I'm saying? I've been telling the folks, she is not great for women boxing. Congratulations to Tamm. Congratulations to Tamm. So, ladies and gentlemen, y'all already know this is Punch Drunk. Can't wait to see what's next for Tamm. Of course, upcoming fights, as we all know, August 21st. One of the biggest events in women boxing history with Amanda Serrano, the 7th Division World Champion, featherweight undisputed, Guinness Book of Records. No woman is ever going to become, I don't think is ever going to become a 7th Division World Champion. And she has the opportunity to not, she already tied the record with Christy Martin for 32 knockouts in women boxing history. But August 21st, TikTok, yes, live. Amanda Serrano has the opportunity to do something that will probably never be done ever again, is have the record. 33 knockouts in women boxing history. I can't wait for August 21st out there in California. Also, August 22nd, you're going to be, Teofimo Lopez going to be facing Rory Romero in the T-Mobile Arenas in Las Vegas, Nevada. That's really to look forward to on August. And for further updates, y'all already know, check your boy Punch Drunk. Subscribe to my Kick, kick.com/Punch Drunk. Subscribe to my Facebook as well, Punch Drunk Boxing. Love y'all. God bless. And on to the next.